Social Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I Joe toy review, and boy do we have an interesting one today. As you know, the month of October is the strange and unusual month for G.I Joe. I take a look at all the weirder G.I Joe action figures and or vehicles. And needless to say, there are a bunch of weird things in G.I Joe, anywhere from the bright colors up to Cobra Law to some very questionable vehicles. So today we're going to be looking at an interesting action figure. It is the 1993 Battle Corps, trying to think of the sub-team, Battle Corps Gristle. He was released in said year, part of the 12 series. He did come as Battle Corps, but there was something interesting with this action figure, actually with that year in general. DEF was canceled by Hasbro. DEF was the Drug Elimination Force. It was Hasbro's chance of taking a crack at an anti-drug campaign that was going on from the 80s into the 90s. Like the DARE program here in the United States, Drug Abuse Resistance Education, where they had a police officer come out to the schools and educate children on street drugs. And I'm hoping that later they switch to prescription drugs as well, because they are just as dangerous. Actually, I have a lot of patients that have developed what's called an anoxic brain injury. Anoxic means without oxygen. So that means that they had overdosed. Most of these have been on prescription pills, or a combination of prescription and illegal, or alcohol, blah, blah, blah. They stopped breathing and they weren't found for a long period of time. Their lives were saved, but they are now either vegetables, meaning they show very little response, or they have a mentality of a child. Most of them have tracheostomy tubes in their neck, so they're on ventilators because they can't breathe for themselves. So that part is, I'm kind of sad that G.I Joe didn't carry on with DEF, but they did carry on with DEF in Australia. So our Australian brethren have the DEF. So Battle Corps absorbed all of those action figures. So Gristle was supposed to be on the Headman's team, as he was an enforcer of sorts. He is kind of the muscle of the DEF line, or of, yeah, I'll go with the DEF line. He was the muscle for Headman, you know, the drug kingpin guy, and he also had his army, the headhunters. But Gristle, he was like the head enforcer, like the number one to the Dawn kind of thing. Oh, so the Battle Corps line for this year was 1 through 36. Don't know why they numbered the action figures 1 through 36. I personally don't care. I guess they were trying to spice things up by numbering them, and kids, supposed to buy them in order. I never bought them in order, and it wasn't indicated that you should buy them in any specific order. It's not like you were trying to build a puzzle. So Gristle was number 32 of this line. Ask me if I care. I don't. The numbers are just numbers. What matters to me, excuse me, is the action figure. So Gristle is quite an interesting figure, very colorful action figure to say the least. So as far as childhood memories go, I was a senior in high school at this time. I was working part-time. Excuse me. So I had a regular cash flow with what money I didn't give to my parents to help them out a little bit, or money I was saving for a date or whatnot. I was using these to still purchase G.I Joe on an occasion. Uh, so I was working part-time in a store called Coach House Gifts. Uh, it was a neat little gift shop. We sold a lot of collectibles, a lot of Hallmark stuff. We did have a huge Hallmark section, so we had Precious Moments. We had Boyd's Bears, Mary's Moo-Moos. Uh, those were some more the more collectible line. We also sold music boxes, little glass tchotchkes, porcelain dolls. We had a little gag gift section. We sold souvenirs for Arizona, and it was just a really cool store. I very much enjoyed working there. So when I get paid, give my parents some, I'd run down to Walmart, which was not too far away from us. And it's kind of a big deal. It was the first time Walmart had come down to the valley. There we did stop at a Walmart that was up in the mountains. So we knew what Walmart was. So this was when it was starting to really take off. So I headed down Walmart, and I remember as you walk in, at this particular time, the toy section was right off to the left as you go in, and there's a big section. It's actually still set up that way. So I'd go there. The first two rows were G.I. Joe and whatever other popular toys, Ninja Turtles and whatnot. So I'd sit there and just pick my nose, what am I going to buy today? What do I want? And everything was just so cool. Um, what to buy? And I saw Gristle several times, and I passed him up, and I really don't know why. He's such a cool character, and to this day I'm kicking myself in the butt because I passed up the headhunters, and those guys are hard to find at a decent price. So even Headman, I passed up on him because I had to get the good guys, always the good guys. So I can't remember who I settled on, but Gristle was obviously one I passed up on because I bought him last December specifically to review for this month. So without any further ado, here we go. Let's look at the 1993 Gristle version 1. Version 2 had come out later in 2008. So that being said, let me pull up his card back for you so you know what we're looking at here. And it is an interesting card back. So yeah, it shows him in an action pose, arm and leg outstretched, has the red lasers coming up, the red. I didn't know this. I didn't really pay much attention, nor did I really correlate anything. You saw the blue lasers on the card. It was the good guys, and the red laser beams were the bad guys. I had no idea. It wasn't until just very recently that I learned that, maybe within this year. So this is a constant learning process for all of us who are collecting and reviewing. And I'm learning something new almost on a daily basis for about G.I. Joe. If it's something I'm looking up or something I'm finding on social media or watching reviews. So anyway, enough of my talk. Let's go ahead and take a look at Gristle. All right, so here he is, Gristle, accompanied by a couple Scooby-Doo ghosts. This guy is interesting. Let's go ahead and start off with his accessories. By this time, the accessories had come on a tree. And for the longest time, I did not like the accessory trees. Then I got to thinking, wait a second. Getting those trees with all the weapons attached to them gave me a chance to liberate those weapons for myself. It was like putting together a model. So I'm starting to really like them now. So first off, we have this borrowed rifle, maybe a sniper rifle of sorts. I believe this came with the Rock Viper. Correct me if I'm wrong. This one was used so many times I got tired of this bloody gun. Very cool rifle. I'd like to think those are bullets being stored right there. Not sure what this is. Maybe something to help support as you're propping it up. This is an ammo pouch around the butt of the rifle. It has a butt pad on it. It's very nice, high-powered scope on the front. On the bottom here, not quite sure what this was supposed to be. It's broken off. So I'm thinking this may have been a bayonet or a tripod that was on there. I apologize for that. I just now noticed it. So this weapon is in a maroon color to match the action figure. Second piece is this pistol. This originally came with Destro version 3 from Battle Corps. This was his machine pistol. This looks like it would have a buttstock on it if you want to convert it over to that. It is scoped. It has a magazine on the front, a flash suppressor here on the barrel. Very cool weapon. I think this is my favorite of Gristle's weapons. Now he comes with a knife, serrated back, the Rambo style. This, I believe, came with, his name is eluding me. He's the G.I Joe SWAT officer. The grip here is textured. Looks like there's wire wrapped around it. There on the handle has a nice little hilt to it. This looks like a nice heavy blade. Shockwave was his name. All right. He also came with this very cool chartreuse missile launcher. It has a string attached to it for anything like a grappling hook that may come with this, or not this specific one, but for any missile launcher, it came with a grappling hook. They all had this added to them. So this could have been reused. Not sure. Didn't see anything on yojo.com. But you slip his arm through these holes. You can see the green matches his uniform as well. This man is very color coordinated. So you just slip his hand on there and bam, Bob's your uncle. He has a nice missile launcher in his arm. Oh, you see it falls over. Little too heavy. These missile launchers were cool. I would say this all the time. I would have loved them if I were a little kid. I would have just been shooting it, having a great time with it. So to insert a missile, you follow the pattern that's inside the barrel. The missile is slotted on the bottom, has a bevel on top. You can see this has kind of a little interesting warhead to it. So you slide it with this groove down into the missile launcher. Listen to it click. The trigger is right here. I'm sorry, that was out of camera. So let's pull the trigger back and boom. This has a nice spring to it. And his final accessory, and this is the creme de la creme of accessories, the figure stand. Love me some figure stands. Made of kind of a softer plastic. It has the date stamp on the bottom, if I could read it right. 1992, so that would make sense. They made it in 92 and was released for the 93 season. So looking at Gristle himself, great looking action figure, kind of an older guy. He has a grin on his face. These black sunglasses, has a little spit curl on the front. His hair slicked back to a man bun before they were popular. And he has these little curly cues on the side of his head. I could do without that. The brown hair is nice. I like that. But those little curly cues, no, it just does not look good on him. He does look like a man that's about his business. He has this black jumpsuit with these splashes of chartreuse green in it. This looks like it'd be a cool motorcycle suit. I could see this in leather. Here on the front, if you could even make out that detail, there is a skull with wings on it. Very cool belt buckle right there. He has 2 knives attached to the front of his uniform or his outfit. His sleeves are in that kind of a plum or an ox blood color. He has a chartreuse gauntlet on this side, black gloves, and another knife on his left arm in the chartreuse, and another black glove. Pretty cool. Here on his right leg, it looks like he has yet another knife. There's little tassels on there. Very nice detail for that knife. And on this side, he has a little diamond pattern. Not bad at all. He does have motorcycle boots. They buckle on the sides. He has a little strap that goes right across his foot. Pretty cool design on him. Back is relatively plain, but I love the color scheme on him. These colors break up everything, yet they complement each other. I could tell that the people of Hasbro spent a lot of time on him. So looking at the file card, it is no longer in the traditional file folder shape. They're all rectangle. And you can see it was cut off. And ironically, it comes with the letter B with it. Don't know who marked it with a B. Maybe try to throw it in the oven for the baby and me, but B for Byron, right? So this was meant to be mine. So it has a picture of Gristle's face here on the front. You can see he's unshaven, he's yelling a little bit. And Gristle, that's that undesirable part of meat. It's kind of cartilaginous and a little bit of bone in it maybe. It's just not pleasant stuff. He does have a name. His code name is Gristle. He's an urban crime commander, but his file name is Rogers Danimal J, like the Danimal yogurt, Birthplace, Montego Bay, Jamaica, Aruba, Montego. You know how that song goes. So anyway, it starts off with a quote. I go crazy when G.I Joe when the G.I Joes comes after me. They just keep chasing and chasing and chasing. Oh, gee, yeah, I'd go crazy too. Chasing and chasing and chasing me, and they just don't stop. That's a very intimidating quote. Middle paragraph reads, when you think of grease, slime, and dirt, you're basically thinking about Gristle, capital letters. Not only is he a corrupt crime boss, his personal hygiene is absolutely disgusting. During the months he spent training to be in the headhunters, he didn't bother to shower once. But because he was big and bad, he became the right-hand man to some major crime lords who operated illegal warehouses disguised as legitimate comedy clubs. How dare they? Eventually, Gristle started his own criminal activities, and then he joined up with Cobra. But even those snakes admit he's just too grungy to deal with. Gristle is easily recognized by his bloodshot eyes or by the sunglasses he uses to shield them from the daylight. So he is numbered. It shows what's going on in the picture there. So the bottom, number 1, rip-proof all-leather street suit. Number 2, 2 buck knives and sheaths. They're on his chest. Number 3, dual sidearm ammo pouches. Number 4, remote phone message beeper. That's what's on his wrist. Number 5, all leather biker boots. Number 6, bloodshot red eyes. Where? You see the bloodshot red eyes? I sure don't. Number 7, missile blasting tracker gun, throwing knife on wrist sheath, bowie knife on leg sheath, leg to the knees and the knees to the thigh bone, and the thigh bone to the hip bone, and hip bone to the pelvic bone, the pelvic bone to the backbone. You know how it goes. Alrighty, so let me know what you think about this guy. This is just ironic we're wearing a similar colored shirt. I decided to shoot this video a little later at night, get it out for you in the morning. I might, if I have time, do another video on Tuesday morning. We'll have to see. But Gristle, very cool action figure. Like I said, I just love the color scheme on him. It's not too 90s, but it's garish enough to be 90s. It has those splashes of the chartreuse neon color, and then it's broken up with black and ox blood. He's just a cool figure. He loses a little bit points for the curly cues on the side of his head and that lame file card, but the figure himself is really cool. To look at him, you wouldn't think G.I. Joe at all. You just wouldn't. But giving the design of it, you know it's G.I. Joe. You know, they kind of got off on this little tangent where stuff was just non-military in the 90s, and that kind of upsets them. Some of the more dedicated, militaristic G.I. Joe collectors. But me, oh man, sci-fi, it's great. It appeals to that element in me. And it got really interesting. The ninjas, they're cool, but you know, I'm not real keen on all the whole ninja thing. But Gristle, if you want him, pick him up, man. He is just cool. He's a great looking action figure to display. So, looking for him on the aftermarket. Well, let's sit back and find out in my next segment. Byron's gripes. Well, there are plenty of them out there. You could even buy pieces of this guy. So, if you want him incomplete, sorry, I'm nearsighted, with absolutely no accessories, bare bones action figure, $9.99 to $15.99. $15.99, I think, is the high end of this action figure. I wouldn't pay that much for him without accessories. $9.99, yes, all day long. I do this segment for for my new viewers. Thank you very much for signing up, for subscribing. I do greatly appreciate that. But I do Byron's gripes to give everybody an idea of what to expect in pricing. The prices are just stupid right now. I don't do it to pick on eBay nor its sellers. I use eBay just for the mere reference of it. That is it. So, you want one mint on card. Deal of the day right here, brothers and sisters. $27.99. Mint on card. This isn't a repro card. This is the real deal. The 1990s card. $27.99. One was $45. And then we have some joker out there who must have found this buried under a rock on Oak Island. He wants $150 for it. Why? Because the Templars themselves carried this action figure from Jerusalem and buried him on Oak Island. That's why it's $150. That man knows his action figures. And know what I say? Too much. That is ridiculous. Even for a 90s action figure, it makes it hard. All these prices make it hard for your average 9-to-5 knuckle buster with a family, a mortgage, 2 cars, a cat, a dog, a goldfish, and 2 kids on each leg. It makes it hard for that individual to enjoy a hobby of collecting G.I. Joe. Makes it hard for kids who enjoy what their parents have talked about and start collecting these. Yes, there are a lot of younger teenagers out there who are buying these things. Shout out to you, Green Yeti. He's one of them. So it makes it difficult. So you want one complete, again, loose, complete, deal of the day again, $21.93 on that. Run in there, snatch him up before the good prices go. Incomplete. I mean, he's missing one or two of his accessories. $14.99, not bad. Given the price of his accessories, that's a pretty good deal unless you want to factor in shipping and taxes. Then you really got to start playing around a little bit. Is it worth buying one incomplete? Would I save money? It's hard to say. So go right ahead and I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. Go right ahead and, buy this guy because the prices aren't too bad. A complete uncut weapons tree with the missile launcher, $15.99. So you buy the $10 Gristle plus this, you're looking at $26. No, you're just better off buying one complete. But it's cool to have that complete weapons tree. Somebody opened it up, played with the action figure, but didn't bother clipping the weapons off. I love seeing those complete still. His knife, $13.79, but the seller is from Canada and he's wanting $14.44 in shipping. Now to ship it from Canada to the lower 48, it is a little bit pricey because you have your tariffs and your shipping fees, your customs fees, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit pricey. Would I buy that? Absolutely not, unless I had to have the knife to complete the action figure to sell it to somebody I was shopping for. That would be it. That's the only reason why I'd buy it at that price, and I would eat the cost of the shipping. I wouldn't pass it on to the person I was buying it for. That's just rotten. But that's me personally. The rifle. The big one right here. Rock Viper's rifle. $1.99 to $3.99. $1.99 is about average for a weapon. $3.99 is on the high end of normal. High end of the spectrum there. So yeah, I'd still go for it. His figure stand, $1.25, that's another deal. Even if you don't need the action figure or to complete your action figure with the stand, you get a weapons, get a figure stand, man. The $1.25 and you're going to pay like $3 in shipping for it. Not bad. The missile, $1.99 each, that's average across the board. The missile launcher, $1.99 to $2. Yeah, I mean, that's average too for the missile launcher. So there you have it, guys. There's Gristle from 1993. Interesting action figure, great looking action figure. Looks good in your collection, displaying. So, gosh. What had happened yesterday? A patient, the patient's family member came to visit. We're starting to let a limited amount of family members come in, and we're noticing a big difference in our patients' attitudes and demeanor. They're cheering up and they're getting better quicker, which is nice. He came in and it smelled like he just took a bath in cologne. Triggered an asthma attack. Even with my mask, it was still pungent. And it triggered an asthma attack at work. Fortunately, hey, I'm a respiratory therapist. I had the meds right on hand. And I helped it, but I was still coughing for the remainder of the shift. Irritated my airways, so here I am, losing my voice. So anyway, yeah, go out and buy this guy if you don't have him. And please let me know what you think about this review. Shoot me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. It's always a pleasure. I do answer back. Sometimes I don't get the notification, and I apologize for some of those coming out a few months late. It's because I didn't see them right away. But I will check. I do check daily. So I do answer back. So please leave a comment. Made a lot of friends from this channel. I'm looking forward to making a lot more. And thank you to the guys that just, men and women who just recently subscribed to my channel. Thank you guys very much. Check out the 500 subscriber prize announcement. I do giveaways every time I hit a milestone. So these aren't just average toys. These are things I will keep for myself, but I'm giving them to you guys. Yeah, I do have duplicates for myself, sure enough, but I want you guys to enjoy what I have as well. And it's my way of thanking everybody. My channel supporters will have their own giveaway, and everybody who subscribes minus the channel supporters will have their own giveaway. I'm giving away a 6-inch Destro, the quote-unquote Pimp Daddy Destro. Also a complete 1988 Python Patrol Asp. But you know what? I'm going to sweeten the pot just a little bit for another subscriber. For those of you who couldn't get one, I found one. The retro Snake Eyes. I didn't find the others that were released, but I managed to get him. I got lucky. I bought one, and a week later I found another one. So I'm adding him to the pot for another subscriber. So not only am I giving away the 2 aforementioned toys, but I'll be giving this away. So 3 winners in this giveaway. How's that sound? Just a little Halloween surprise, early Christmas present. However, whatever season it's going to come out in, man, it's a gift from me to you. Just to thank you for supporting this channel and making it what it is. I'll pick that up later. So anyway, guys, take care. Stay safe out there. Wear your mask, social distance. Wash your hands, that's most important, outside of wearing your mask. Because you don't know really how often you touch your face throughout the day. There was a study done, and it's 300 times a day that on average that people touch their face. Can you believe that? 300 times a day. So I'm very conscientious of that, especially when I'm working, not to touch my face. So, always just remember, please be kind to everybody, especially right now. Things are really tough for a lot of people. And an ounce of kindness goes a very, very long way. And also, be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. And if you're feeling stressed, man, your pets know. And it is proven by science that petting an animal will lower your blood pressure. Your cat starts to purr. It's a very soothing sound, not only for the cat, but for you too. So my little buddy Mickey and Fat Larry, those guys come up and I pet them and they purr. And I actually feel my heart slow down. And so all that being said, thank you once again. You guys are fantastic. If I have a voice, I'll do another video tomorrow if I have a chance. Kind of a busy day. So anyway, guys, this is Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. Stay safe. And always remember, G.I Joe is not supposed to be expensive. That was lame. Sorry. I'm tired. See you tomorrow, maybe. Or next week. Till then.